As you review the curriculum alignment guides and study the standards in depth, you have noticed primary and secondary vocabulary words our teachers have identified, which we believe our students must understand in order to master each standard. Primary vocabulary words are new words to your grade level or to your content area. Secondary vocabulary words are words students should have already mastered in previous grades or content areas. The research is clear. We can no longer just ask our students to look up the vocabulary words in a dictionary, write the sentences, and memorize the words for a test at the end of the week. We know that these vocabulary words will not be stored in students' long-term memory. The research by the National Reading Panel, the Consortium of Reading Excellence, Robert Marzano, Janet Allen, and many others indicates that students must manipulate a primary vocabulary word at least 10 to 12 times in order for the word to be part of the student's long-term memory. The researchers also tell us as teachers that we must directly and explicitly teach the primary vocabulary words multiple ways to ensure that our students are learning these crucial words. As a result of this compelling research, we have adopted a system-wide strategy to teach primary vocabulary words. It's called a word web. Let's talk about the word webs. Imagine having a blank word web like this one on your smartboard or whiteboard inside of your classroom. The students would also have a blank word web that they have created in their interactive notebook or their journal notes for your class. First, the teacher must determine whether you want to provide an image of the word for the students or the word itself. Let's say that I want to provide an image. I draw an image in the second box and I tell the students about the image. For example, if we're talking about how laws are passed, we may want to teach students the primary word of compromise. I may draw a picture of two people shaking hands like this one as though they are in agreement. The students would draw the same picture in their illustration box. Then I may ask the students to shake hands with someone and say, "Let's compromise." Next, we would write the word compromise in the center of the word web. Typically, I spell the word for the students so that they can write it at the same time that I write it. Notice I am directly and explicitly teaching this primary vocabulary word to the students as they write the information in their notes. Next, I may tell them a student-friendly definition of the word. For example, I may write, "Opposing sides agree by giving up demands." The students would write the same definition in their journal. The goal here is to have 6 to 8 words in the definition. Next, I may give the students a sentence containing the word. This sentence needs to provide contextual meaning of the word. I may write, "Lawmakers often have to compromise to get the laws passed that they compromise to get the laws they sponsored passed." Finally, I would provide additional words for this word, such as synonyms, categories of the words that the words may fit into, or other facts about the word. You'll notice so far that the students have manipulated this primary vocabulary word at least 5 times. Next, I would ask the students to work in pairs to review the vocabulary word, providing now 10 exposures to the word. So students can also add additional information to their word web if they choose. In A Whole New Mind, Daniel Pink tells us that students learn best from right brain strategies. You'll notice on this word web that the right brain strategies are the picture and the word study. The left brain strategies are the definition and the sentence. We can no longer continue to teach left brain strategies without teaching right brain strategies. Howard Gardner also told us that we need to make sure that we are teaching to dominant intelligences that exist in our classrooms. The definition is for verbal linguistic students. The picture is for students who are dominant with the visual spatial intelligence. The sentence is for students who are logical mathematically dominant. And the word study are for students who are naturalist. As we look at the way that the students are engaging with this particular word, compromise, what we notice is that we're engaging both the right brain and the left brain, therefore engaging students in the whole brain. So to sum this up, it's important for teachers to explicitly and directly teach primary vocabulary words in order for students to store these words in their long-term memory for the next level of learning. Secondary vocabulary words are words that students could create their own word webs with, if the teacher chose for them to do that.